I love the smell of gunpowder in the morning. Hey folks, Manny CA here with another, hopefully educational, informational, maybe entertaining, I don't know, video on shooting sports. Your only non-prostituted shooting enthusiast on the interwebs? Maybe? Yeah, okay, we'll do that. You guys know how much I love shotgun. Go back and look at our prior playlist, man. We did a ton of shotgun testing videos, hull testing videos. Hey, how many times can you load that hull? That was just tons of information. If you haven't, go back and check it out. So when I was contacted by Adaptive Tactical again, and they said, hey, we liked your 22 video. You want to try one of our, I don't know, maybe our 870 home defense gun editions? I was like, sure, why not? I got an 870. And I think everybody's got an 870. And if you don't, why not? You're a communist. That's another video. So, I introduced their 870 Adaptive Tactical shotgun. Home defense, I like to call. We're not real tactical here on the channel. We're just a bunch of, you know, regular guys, regular folks like you who like to shoot. Without further ado, show you this little baby. I know, it looks tactical. And I don't like that word. Tactical is kind of cheesy because, you know, only law enforcement and military are tactical. Regular guys like us, we're just guys trying to protect the home. Homeland, property, you know, whatever. And I love how the shotgun is so versatile. You can get game with this, swap out the barrel, and go hunting. Or put another short barrel like this on it, and you got yourself your perfect home defense gun. In fact, that's what this video is. Chuck, remember that. This video is the home defense gun video, not the tactical shotgun video, because I hate that word, tactical shotgun. Because come on, I'm about as tactical as Elmer Fudd. At least I admit it. But yeah, this gun is cool. Check it out. Oh, and if you guys think I'm gonna be shooting these 3-inch buckshot through here, you're sadly mistaken. That's just for show or for the house. Again, even though with this butt pad, look at that. This butt pad is really comfortable. So I don't think it's gonna be that much of a chore shooting these guys. You saw what the old model looked like with the old standard stock. That thing kicked worse than a mule. I'm happy to say that with this butt pad on here, this soft butt pad, check that out. That's really cool. That thing really absorbs a lot of recoil. And it makes a gun like this, you know, it's not really a chore to shoot anymore. Especially at the range. Remember, you've got to train with what you're using to protect yourself with. You can't just take this and shove it under the bed or in the closet somewhere and figure, well, if somebody comes in, I'm going to use it. No, you've got to take it and you got to practice with it, shoot with it, with different ammo. Now, I am a big proponent of using birdshot in your home defense gun. Oh yeah, birdshot. I know you got a lot of guys, a lot of internet gurus out there that, oh, birdshot, oh my God, you can't use birdshot. You need, you know, double-aught slugs. Why do you need double-aught slugs? So they go through the wall and hit your neighbor? Come on, please, really? If you really need a shotgun for home defense, especially a pump gun, 870, I guarantee you are not gonna be living out in the country somewhere where you have no neighbors. You're gonna be a regular guy like us who live in the suburbs or out in, you know, where you've got neighbors, you know, 50, 100 yards away. You do not want your slugs or your buckshot to go through a wall. And even if you don't have neighbors, you don't want to go through the wall, next wall of the house and hit who? Grandma Bessie sleeping next door? Yeah, you don't need that. Can you imagine what the old lady would say if you shot her mom accidentally because you heard a bump in the night and it was just Mittens the cat going to use the bathroom? No. So I thought we'd bring the gun out today in all its tacticalness and put a couple rounds through it just to see how it performs. We like to bring things to you that are not just made by Americans, in America, for America, but stuff that works and makes the shooting sports fun. That's what it's all about. Of course, home defense not really all that fun, but something you ought to think about. And if you don't, why not? You can't beat a shotgun for all-around defense. With its adjustable stock and forend, the X Performance from Adaptive Tactical comes with a 2-inch accessory rail, which is concealed under the nose cap. Really, really cool. They say that these things are made for the Remington 870 or the Mossberg 500, 88, and 590 series. 12 gauge only, please. That adjustable stock comes in really handy because remember, we're all different shooters with different lengths of pull. So you've got a lot of options to play with. Did I mention that it came with the saddle mount shell carrier? This Picatinny rail is awesome for mounting optics and accessories, and the best part about it is you can look right through it to the iron sights in case you don't have an optic like we don't, because we're poor. The side saddle holds 6 12 gauge shells, and it's really, really convenient, especially when you hear that bump in the night. And then we mentioned that they're all made in the US. The adjustable stock and forend, along with the saddle mount shell carrier, are all made here in the USA. Now we come to the light. The light is a 300 lumen LED light with a 4.7 hour runtime at max use. The only downside to it is the light is not made in the US, which in all fairness is fair disclosure. We like to tell you guys what's really going on out here. And you saw the 3 illumination settings we demonstrated. There's that momentary, the on, and the strobe. Compared to some of the most popular models out there, the Streamlight TLR comes in with 800 lumen. The Surefire X300 comes in at 1000 lumen. And the Inforce WML is 400 lumen. Now, out of those 3, the first 2, the Streamlight and the Surefire, are the ones that are going to cost you about 300 bucks plus on a good day if you could find them. And the Inforce is probably more on par with this, but it's still more expensive, 150 to 180. The Adaptive Tactical Light is $129.99, and that comes with the forend. Of course, you're not looking at as much lumen, and I know they always say when it comes to lumens, more is better. But if you're on a budget, this thing would really help out. Did I mention that the Adaptive Tactical forend and light takes AA batteries? That you can't beat. Compared to the other 3 we had mentioned, take those CR123As, and those are expensive. All right, one of the most realistic scenarios that this light will probably ever see is being dropped. I know, you'll probably drop it more than you're gonna shoot it in the house. Just like they always say, you're gonna load a gun more than you're probably ever gonna shoot it in a self-defense scenario. That's just real world scenario, guys. It's real world. So, I don't wanna damage my beautiful Marine Magnum because I'm not a sadist. So, what we are gonna do is test the durability of the light. Okay, I understand this is not on par with a Surefire or any of the other high dollar $300 or $400 lights. I get that, I get it. But we still gotta test it out because you know what? You're using it to defend your life. So what happens if you're going down the hall with your Ho Chi Minh flip-flops and you know, the peanut butter that you had last night dried on your hands and you grab the gun, you're sweating profusely, the gun slips out of your hand, drops on the ground, what happens? That's what we're here to find out. So, we're gonna test it on the end of one of these bins, which is not as hard as dropping it on a concrete floor because most of us don't live in a warehouse and we don't have a concrete floor. I'm gonna put the full force of the drop targeted on the front of the light. So, and then we'll see what happens. Will it break? Will the gun blow up? I don't know. Drop number 1. This one we're gonna let it fall like it fell from, I'd say about 3 to 4 feet. That's the average height. You can see we really a little scuffed up, but other than that, let's see if it works. Oh, it's still working. Yeah, still working. I gotta give it to him. Thing's not bad. You know what? Since I'm such a glutton for punishment, let's try it again. This time we're gonna let it drop a little bit further. And remember, I'm not a trained Russian. Let's drop it on. Let's do a side test. What do you guys think? Side test? All right. See what we got here. We got some knocks. Got some dings. I'm surprised that you can see here where we dinged it up. It got a pretty good scratch. I'm surprised that the battery didn't open up and pop out. And that's kind of neat because you can see how they kind of... Did I mention I really like the fact that we're using batteries here, AA batteries? Look, we still got function. Let's see. On, strobe, and intermediate. Yeah, we're good. I like the way they designed the foregrip. Look at that. So you can attach any accessory on there. And I like the way this just kind of goes on. No, that looks metal. That's a metal bezel. So you're looking at, if worse comes to worse, you can always take them out. Of course, you never, ever want it to come down to that, but you never know. Self-defense is gruesome, people. I gotta tell you, this right here makes all the difference in the world. Shooting birdshot out of this thing is really nothing. I don't have the big push, it's real cushioned. I like that design. If anything, you guys could get this and install it on whatever gun you have, because this is beautiful. I like it. Manny CA like a lot. Woo. Sweet. We put about 50 rounds through this gun with this light on the end. For me, the biggest fail I was worried about, hold on, let's open the action here because safety is #1 priority. The biggest thing I was worried about was the light failing. So, after about 50 rounds, and I'm not putting any more in, this is coming out of my own pocket, people. Oh, did I mention that one of the biggest caveats to this, and the biggest pain, was you see this, I've got one of these on the front of mine, front sling swivels, and when this is installed, your action is open, right? You've got to close the action if you want to take this off, right? But you can't. It's bumping up against, you see that? The sling swivel. But that's just this gun's configuration. I have to open the action, hold on to the forend to rip it off. After 50 rounds and a couple of good drops, we still have functionality. Strobe works. I like it. I gotta say, this is a high quality product. Don't let it be made in China fool you. The adjustable rear stock and the forend, all made in USA, as well as the saddle. You've got quality, guys. Lots of quality. And like I said, 50 rounds is by no measure a really inclusive test. But again, we're being financed out of our own pocket. 50 rounds, and this thing's, I think, performed professionally well, for the homeowner at least. Again, you got a high quality product here, people. Don't overlook Adaptive Tactical out of Idaho. Information, contact info on the bottom. We're having some good times today, shooting around, because remember, anytime you get to the range, it's fun. Especially when you get to shoot something like this. I just might put this under the bed, or maybe under one of the kids' beds. They could fight with it. You know, all the kids are fairly conversant with the shotgun. Well, you saw in some of the older videos. They're all doing their own thing now, but they stop by every once in a while. So, get out there, do some shooting, have some fun. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, send them on down. Until next time.